Quail Log, April 8th, 2020. So hopefully you've noticed by the title, this is a little bit different. This is the Quail Log instead of my brewer's log. I'm going to add these onto as a separate playlist, but I know if you're subscribed to my channel, you're going to get these too. And they're going to be about my journey in raising quail for eggs. At least that is my initial plans for right now. I've been thinking about this for the last 4 or 5 years. I've wanted to get some quail and start on raising them, and especially for eggs, and then if I find that I'm comfortable with them, I may start to do an incubator. I may try to do meat chicks out of it, but primarily I'm going to start with the quail just having eggs. I have ordered live quail that will come in that are at least 3 weeks old or older, so they won't need to go into a brooder. They can go directly into the cage, and I can start feeding them. And usually by the time they somewhere between 5 and 8 weeks, they will start laying eggs. I have 6 in my first batch that is coming in, and then in another 3 or 4 months I will order another 6, and then we'll see whether in another 4 months after that I order another 6. The main goal behind that is that I would have multiple, or when the first quail go into their molt, I will have others that are still laying eggs, and hopefully have figured out how they're working by then, and then I can figure out what I'm doing about them after that. My goal is to possibly be able to get let the quail go through their first molt, and then when they go into their second molt is when I would end up culling out my quail for meat. I know at that point they will be 2 years old, and most of their eggs will have been spent, and we'll see how well that goes from there. I do know that some places do not even let the chicks go in, or their quail go into their first molt before they cull them and replace them. I'm going to see whether I need to replace them that quickly or not. We'll see whether that happens. This video was more of just to point out what my thoughts and ideas were right now. We'll see how much that changes over the next year, especially after I actually get the quail and can put them into it and figure out what works and what doesn't, because I really don't know what's going to happen. I went with a pre-built cage just for the fact that I wasn't going to spend the time trying to follow plans, get it set up right, and hope that it worked. At least with a pre-built cage, I knew that most of the sizes are already correct, and that I could get everything running. I will be doing a separate video where I will talk about what I think of the hatch time cage, or hatching time cage that I have. So far I'm very impressed with it. There was a few issues with putting it together, but I think there were more my issues than anything wrong with the cage. So, but I figured I would get at least something started. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks I will be getting the quail in, and I will make videos like this that are the different things I observe and the different things as they happen. Oh, I guess that means it is 8 o'clock now. I do have a set of lights that are set to go on and off. Or they go on at 6 a.m. and go off at 8 p.m. at night. And that is so that I have a good 14 hours a day that my quail will have light, even in the winter. But right now we're heading out of winter into spring, and so it should be a little bit different. We'll see where that goes from there, and hopefully there won't be a ton of videos on this, because it'll just be the things I observed with my quail. It won't be like when I'm brewing and stuff, and everything is changing. Once the quail get going and having eggs, there probably won't be as many of these videos, but it'll be similar to my brewer's log in the fact that I will be keeping track of what happens, when things happen, and try to get a way to record it that I can go back and see what happened before. So we'll see how well this works, and whether I even make it through the first batch of 6, and whether they survive or not for me. So we'll see from there. Bye.